let's have a look at what we've got to clean up. Have a look at the fronts. As a daily driver, you've got to expect it to be dirty, really. Carbon ceramic brakes, lovely. What a car. Love this car. Right then, let's get on with it. Here's what the wheel arches look after a good clean. Calipers have been cleaned and ceramic coated. They're protected and should be easier to clean. Just walk around the car. And there you go. Well, as you just saw, I take this line off and the scratches do go really, really close to the line, but there was, quite a few running across here. But now, unless you've got eyes like a hawk, you're not going to see anything. There's a little tick just here that's too deep to get out. Let's see if I can find that. Just where the light is there, there's a little tick. But you can't see anything else. So I can move on now and get the rest of this deck lid finished, and then start on the rear quarter. You've seen Saturday, got the bumper finished. Now I've nearly completed the deck, we can move on, but I'm pleased. Managing to get most of the scratches out. There are a couple that I can't get out, but I've showed you those as I've gone. But now it's coming on a treat. Right, see you later. There's a deep scratch here. I'm trying to take as much of it out as I can, but it is deep. So I'm not sure I'll get all of it, but I'll certainly get 75% of it. Just going to polish it up and see actually how much we've got out. There's a deep scratch here. I'm trying to take as much of it out as I can, but it is deep. So I'm not sure I'll get all of it, but I'll certainly get 75% of it. Just going to polish it up and see actually how much we've got out. I keep hearing stories about ceramics failing within a year, and I wanted to address probably the most important thing before you apply ceramics is the cleanliness of the paint. You imagine that the ceramics grip into the pores of the paint. Now, you've heard me talk about diminishing the polish down till it's oily, and you see us wipe off. What you should do is use a degreaser to wipe down the panel. I've just finished what I think is the last set on this part of the door. So I'm just going to wipe it down with panel wipe, and then just buff it off. Get the residue off, because you don't want to put the ceramics over the residue either. Now I'm just checking the panel. Now, really this part of the panel now is clean with the oil from the compound removed. The pores should be clean. Now this is only really the first action. When I've done the door, the whole door will be washed down again, and before the ceramic is applied to the car, I will go around the whole car again and wash it with panel wipe. This can leave a little bit of marring if you haven't got enough fluid on the car, but I then know that the ceramic has got something to grip to. And you imagine if you put the ceramic over a panel that you've just wiped the polish off, some of that oil is still in the pores of the paint, so the ceramic will only sit on top of the oil. So basically after you wash it, say 10 times, you're washing the oil away and it's taking the ceramic off, because the ceramic hasn't been able to grip into the paint. So that's one of the big things I hear all the time about ceramics failing. Now, the makeup of a ceramic is that it grips and it goes hard, and it's very, very unusual, even for a cheaper end ceramic, to fail within a year. It should last longer than that, and a lot of the times it's the application that causes it to fail. So the care has to be taken to prep the paint. We've polished the paint and we've got it to what we think is as good as we can get it, but now we've got to make sure that it's good enough and clean enough for the ceramic to hold. I guarantee all my work, and the last thing I want is cars coming back after a year because the ceramics have failed. So it's better to spend an hour cleaning, and you're going to get minimum of 3 years or whatever you're applying. It could be 3, 5, 7, but none of them will stick if the panel's not really clean. So it's important always to wipe down after you've polished. You know, there's a lot of people out there, I've watched people doing it, and I've seen them wipe down after polishing and then apply the ceramic. Well, you know, it's heading for failure. You know, it's just one of them things. You know, it's designed to go onto clean paint, so always wipe down. Like I've wiped this down now, I'm just checking it to make sure that there's no marks left in it. If there was, I'd just polish it again and then wipe down again. And like I say, this will be cleaned at least 3 times before the ceramic goes on. You know, it's not a cheap thing to have a car detailed to this extent, and you know, the customer will expect the thing to do what it says on the can, and so you've got to make sure it's put on properly. So I just thought I'd just give a few words of wisdom. I'm sure most of you already know this and, you know, thinking what's he going on about, but there are some out there that I know, you know, the understanding of how ceramics work, it's not really just a surface coating, it penetrates the pores of the paint. So make sure the surface is clean before you put it on. I'm nearly at the end of this now. I haven't showed the polishing on this side because it's been exactly the same as the polishing I showed on the rest of the car. So, you know, repetition is, you know, you don't want to sit there watching somebody polishing all the time. I'm just trying to add some snippets of information that we use, obviously to give durability to the car and the products. You know, the products ain't cheap, so make them work for you, not against you by having to do it all again free. Right, I'll see you a little bit later. We'll have a walk round before I continue. The door is the last panel that I'm just finishing off now, so I'll see you a bit later and give you a look round. I'm just using a sponge to apply the colour. Because it's not a big roof, I couldn't be bothered to mask the whole car off to spray it, so I chose this option. Still covers, get plenty of colour on, and does the same job, so you don't need a spray gun to apply these things. Just another way of doing the job. There's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. Goes on nice and even with a sponge as well. It should look good when it dries. So I'll give you a look when it's finished. Right, I'm about to start the first application of the ceramic coating. As you probably know, I'm using Gion Synchro, which the first application is Mose, and we're going to give it 2 coats of that. So today I'm just going to give it its first coat, and then I'll leave it overnight. Now this, in this temperature, will go off straight away. So I'm going to try and get it off quickly. It's already beading. Let's just pop them down and get my first cloth. Yeah, it's rainbowing already. God, that goes off fast. That's fast. Mind you, it is quite warm, so can't expect anything else. In the next section, I'm not going to do too much because it is literally beading the minute it hits the panel. just checking that I've got no eye spots. Right, and I'm just going to move around the bonnet, get that done, and then work my way out. So, there you go, Gian Mo's. Well, yesterday you saw me start doing the first coat of ceramics. I've left them overnight to cure. Also, I repainted the roof, and as you can see, that's come out really well. The shiny bits of the metal underneath that fold it, and they always show through, but the colour is lovely and black again. All the calipers and surrounding parts has been ceramic coated. So today I'm going to start the day by giving it the second coat of Mo's. Once that's coated, while that's sitting to cure, I'll be starting on the wheels. It's one of the final jobs I've got to do. And get them clean, polished and ceramic coated. I'm getting very, very close now to being finished. And the car looks beautiful. I think I said before, if I won the lottery, I'd buy one of these in this colour. Beautiful. Let's have a look inside. This looks fresh as a daisy. Didn't get all of the staining out. It actually looks worse on the camera than it is actually looking at it, but you can still see it's a bit yellow, but it is nowhere near like it was before. Yeah, it's all a lot of shadows make it look dirty, but it isn't, it's clean. So that's all looking pretty good. So I'm going to get on, put the second coat on and let that cure, and then we can start applying the coats of skin over the top of it. By the time this is finished, I would expect it to have 5 years worth of protection, certainly on the paint. I've got to waterproof the roof as well, but I'll do that a bit later. But we're getting there. I think, you know, another day or so and it'll all be complete, back on its wheels and ready for collection. Beautiful. Right, I'll see you a bit later. I'm now going to start doing the cleaning process and polishing on the wheels. Little bit of tar and whatnot to get off, but not that bad. We'll have a look at them when we've give them a wash, see how much polishing we need to do to get them looking lovely. So once we're on the wheel stand, we can have a look. But I'm going to get on and get these cleaned. See you later. Right, so I finished cleaning it and I've polished the inside of the barrel, and I've just give it a coat. Of course, I've got some left. I'm using the Mo's Evo to ceramic coat the inside of the wheels. So that's looking good. Got to turn them around now and check the spokes. See you in a bit. Right, so I'm just on the outside of the wheel. I've just flatted a little bit of road rash off. You can still tell that it's had a nick but I've took all the eye edges off it. I've repolished it, and now I'm polishing the spokes to get the wash swirls and marks off the spokes, because they're the most visible thing, because they're shiny. So you've probably all seen it before, but I'll show you it anyway. I was hoping I could lift some of these little marks that are in the lacquer, but they must be underneath it because they've not moved, and yet all the scratches have come out. So I'm going to work my way around the wheel now, then I'll panel wipe it, and then ceramic coat it. Already done the barrel, but you've all seen it before, but I thought I'd just show a snippet again. So nearly there now, another 3 wheels to go after this, but we're nearly there. And it's going to look a treat, an absolute treat. I'll see you later. I'm going to see if I can show you the difference. This is an unpolished spoke that's got wash lines in it. And if I go over on here, this is one that's been polished. So you can quite clearly see there is a bit of a difference. Right, let's get polishing. This front wheel has took a little bit more of a pounding and has got quite a few marks. I've had to get lots of tar off it. And also there was some old weight stickers. I've removed them using Auto Smart Tardis if anybody's interested. Now, I showed you the polishing of the outside of the wheel, and I hadn't showed any polishing of the inside of the wheel, so I thought I'd just give a little snippet. Try and get all the marks out. I've created some scratching getting the stickers off, so I need to remove that. There's also, I don't know what some of them are, but get them off. Get it nicely polished. Ceramic coated and back on the car. give it a wipe down, have a look, see how we're getting on. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm going to crack on, get this one finished, get it back on the car, get the other two done then. See you a bit later. Just a view of the barrel after it's been ceramic coated. Well, polished and ceramic coated, I should say. Right, going to turn this round, do the outside, it's the last one. Get it back on the car. I just come to put the badge back on the bonnet and realised that I haven't cleaned the under bonnet area. So it's another little job I've got to do. I've still got 2 coats of ceramic to go on it, so I've got plenty of time. Put the ceramic on and do this while it's curing. But needs a bit of a clean up. Yep, that'll be done.